Okay, and now we're live. God, that took me a while. I apologize for being late today. Everything's fine. She says quietly. Hey, Effect, how you doing, man? You doing good? I don't know what the music balance is like. I don't know how anything is right now, so you're gonna have to let me know. You've been singing your heart out to funky music. Oh, damn. What kind of music, though? Hold on. What music are you listening to? Pop, funk, jazz. Jesus Christ, man. That's a mix and a half. I was like, fun though. Also, I do apologize. I am ill, so you might hear me being a little bit dead today. But, hopefully everything's okay. And you don't hear too much shit. Hey, Nath, you alright? Okay, plan for today is I think we're pretty much more or less done with the Scars Peaks. Chat will be the energy today. I'm gonna need that because I can't speak as much as normal. Or I can, but like, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have to keep muting myself on my end anyway because I'm coughing and stuff. It's great fun. Don't be ill, guys. It's not fun. But it is cold and flu season, so make sure you're actually taking precautions. I unfortunately can't avoid it because I work in a pub. But yes, I'm just gonna save this. Today I think we're gonna move on to a new area because we've spent 6 episodes? 5 episodes? 6 episodes on this area now. We've found a native population, we know how they function, how they run, we created a mini civilization in this as well as the major civilization of Colabria. The only little bit we need to do is here maybe, but I think the best way we can start on that is once we figure out what's up here. So, with that said, maps. I think I want this one. Loud? Okay. How about now? Is that good? Now it's chill. Okay, good. Thank you. Don't know why the chat box isn't connecting either. Figure that out later. I'll be fine. Okay. So region we started with here. This is obviously nothing like what it looks like here now. We've changed a hell of a lot in this region, but that will all go on there as we update later down the line. As for today's job, where do we want to move on to next? In terms of the other areas that we talked about so far, there's still a lot we haven't talked about. What haven't we talked about? I just did something. There we go. I knew I'd done something weird. Yeah, I did just add land next, and don't worry about it. Just gonna do that, see if that fixes chat. Maybe. If not, I don't know why, and I give up. Yeah, I did add land by accident. It's fine. Anyway, what do we know so far of the land? Obviously, we built this area down here now. No, it still doesn't seem to want to function. I don't know why. Oh well. Here's what it is. You can see chat. That's what matters. Anyway, what we know so far, we know this area down here is the Primate conglomerate with the Jacarac species being its native population in the primal forests. We also have the Tepewigs up in this small area here. All of that is what we've been doing over the last few weeks, or I guess a couple of months now. But next we need to move on somewhere else. We've talked about the Olivoan Empire and the Kingdom of Lune, the Dawnvale and Duskmoor. Those are elven nations, what are they called? Night elves and day elves? No, dawn elves, dusk elves, that's what it is. I can't brain. And their gods, the twin gods, is something we briefly discussed ages and ages ago now. Anyway, that's all on the website, that's all been fixed. They are playable races now. We could move into these kingdoms up here. Alternatively, we have the Wildheart Concourt, which is a smaller section here of Druids in a wild landscape. Otherwise, we've pretty much not talked about much else other than we know Artog is going to be a predominantly orcish, quote-unquote monstrous territory. So that's something we could do. There's a lot of areas we can move into today. A lot of areas. So the question is, where do we want to start? Can we tackle the Concord? Absolutely, we can tackle the Concord. I will get the Concord map up. Whee. So the Concord, we discussed briefly when we were building the foundations of the world, which was a long time ago now, is a Druidic nation just above the Great Divide with their giant mountain. Can move like a bunch of this shit now because we can actually see where it's like not lined up. Apologies for me dying. Not gonna lie, ton of ideas for this, so apologies if I spam chat. You know what? That's absolutely fine. I have no brain at the moment, so... So we're going on to the Wildheart Concourt today. Sounds like a plan. Right, Effect. Lay the ideas on me. What are your ideas for the Wildheart Concourt? Need assassin of you coming to my tavern. Sorry, I can't help it. I'm not here next week though because I'm in a different country, so hey. The remains of what the Great Divide used to be. Oh, so you're saying the Great Divide used to be this luscious, like, forest jungle area. Oof, okay. I don't care, Windows, fuck off. Yeah, you're not my boss, Nath. I know you wish you were, you're not. So we're saying that before, when the war was breaking out, and before the Great Divide was created, it used to be this luscious, like, jungle. Is that what we're going with, Effect? Because I love that idea. Okay. Timing him out. Anyway, Nath, if you're gonna be a dick, don't do it here. So in this environment, do we want anything? I think we planned before, we were like, the Druids leave it basically overrun and wild, and that they live somewhere on this mountain here. I think is the vague base of, need that there. What we kind of decided. Shifting all this over a little bit, don't mind me. It's fine. That's better. Must be honest, I can just get rid of that path. That's so much easier when I do that before. Basically, you see the green thing at the bottom left corner, corruption that stayed at the edge between the turning point and the remaining wilderness. So this green mountain, that's what that is. It is a mountain. So are we saying that this mountain somehow stopped whatever was coming? Again, apologies for not speaking as much, I am ill. Corrupt goo vibes. Druidic magic was united there from going further. So is that why the Druids, like, live here? Because they're stopping this from traveling into their land, is that why? That can work. Like, at the time the divide was made, they united there. Now it's not an active magic, I don't think. No, so the divide was like a gods made a thing. It's like divine intervention. Fuck the world, we'll make a tear through it. Well, not fuck the world, it was trying to protect the world from destroying itself, so... What are the Elvish capitals? I think these are the coolest for... I do apologise, I keep having to mute myself. Oh Jesus, yeah, you need to like come straight up. And the Druids, in order to protect the last of the wilderness they could, made a concord. And that was supposed to protect the Garden of Eden sort of place. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I feel you, I feel you. We need to come up with a name for this, like, mountain then. So they're called the Wild Heart Concord. So that's why the land's called that, because that's what people know it as, the Wild Heart Concord, right? I'm such a bad Christian. Is that how you spell Garden of Eden? Yeah, it is. It just looks wrong. I don't know why it looks wrong. Okay. Let's start a sentence. I'm such a bad Christian. Oops. Okay, I think I'm with you now, so far. So what do we want to call this mountain? Because I think we need a name for the mountain and we need a name for the area here as well. Mount Conqueror. I like that one. If I can type, that would be nice. I still can't type. That's too long. I'm gonna put mount like MT. That's better. No, we're not calling it Mount Aztec. The Aztecs aren't in this world, unfortunately. Not in their history, anyway. I mean, we could potentially make an Aztec, like, empire. That involve a lot of killing each other. Right now, quick. Oh no, she's just gonna come up with some narcissistic name to do with herself. I'm calling it now. Yep, there it is. I know your chat will be slightly delayed, but I said it'll come up with a narcissistic name for herself, and then literally 2 seconds after it came up with Aztec Temple. Oh, I called it. Need like jungle trees. There we go. I said it and then I found them. Temple as, that's it. That actually works effect. See, Aztec, if you were like effect, you could come up with shit like that randomly in any turn. I love them to pieces. You give effect inspiration and effect will run with it for days and it's amazing. Oh yeah, effect, we still need to do the recording at some point for the names of shit that's hard for people to say. Me and you will do the recordings for all of that for the website. With the sound files. It'll be a nightmare, but it's fine. We'll get there. Oh yeah, I've also been working on the Tales of Colabria. I've been writing one called When the Lights Go Out, which has been very fun. I'll probably get that out pretty soon actually, it's nearly done. Only just short little things. I think this one's currently about 3 pages, so it's not that long. But it's been fun to write, so. If anyone else wants to write any stories about people, or situations, or places, or anything like that in this world, you are more than welcome to send them to me, and they will be featured under a page on the website called Tales of Colabria, so feel free to do that. Don't mind me just filling in all these trees while I reach out. Okay, so these druids, obviously they live in this temple up here. And this is a conclave, so it's going to be druids of all types and all walks of life, right? And then this is, we're calling kind of like a Garden of Eden type situation. Is there maybe a native thing that they call this area? That, I mean, other people just know it as the Concord, the Wild Heart Concord. What do the druids know it as? Yeah, there's a lot of trees. It's because it's a jungle, a luscious, well, not jungle, a luscious area. This jungle, like, actually would be quite accurate given this space is close to the equator. A very damp environment, probably quite humid. In terms of geography, that makes sense. And you guys wonder why these things take me so long, so I have to do this individually. I've done this with several regions so far. Anyway. But yeah, what the natives, the native druids of the Concord, what do they know this area as? And what is it to them? And what was the Concord? There's so many questions we need to ask naturally in order now to really dissect this area. Give the place some colour so it's not just wildly green. Unintended. Ooh, corrupted trees down here. That's a good shout, actually. Like, closer to the border. Like, closer to here, maybe. Yeah, I like that. Ew, fuck off. I'm gonna hold that. I need to find a good image for I mean, I could use these. It looks like they kind of died. That's good. Rotate Indo-European with a perfect twist to make it pronounceable. I mean, you say to make it pronounceable. How much of the last episode did we spend you creating shit that no one can pronounce, which is why we now need to make a whole page on the website dedicated to how you say things? So, but yeah, no, I like that. Shh, look, yeah, Okay, so if we curve this a little bit, space it out more, make it larger, curve, like curve, just opacity. There we go. That looks good. Well, that's in bodies of water and stuff as well to this scene. I'm just getting some trees in so we can go in from... literally as you say that effect. Yeah. So we're gonna, I think, adding some pools, adding some rivers coming down from the mountains, naturally where snow obviously accumulates and melts, which is how we get a lot of streams in mountainous areas. I think it'd be a good idea to add like a bunch of those in. Channels going towards the sea, towards lakes, towards ponds. I'm just gonna fill the area in because then it's easy for me to delete shit afterwards. Right now I've put about 700 trees in, so... I kind of like the idea of having like a waterfall by one of the mountains that's called like Protector's Tears or something. Like something that's kind of a callback to the destruction of the Great Divide. Just a thought. I'm just gonna save this real quick. Yeah, I love the idea of making it like a heart in that sense. It's a very good effect. Alright, now let's do that. Just tailoring the space. Needed to cool nature to give them strength so it tore through the land to reach them. Yeah, I like that. You really did have a lot of ideas about this area, didn't you, Effect? I don't blame you. It's actually one of my favorite, I think, most interesting ideas of an area to work with the game. This also gives a lot of lore points for any DM starting out in this kind of environment. You know, giving people the tools is kind of what we're here to do. Giving them things that they can add in and ways to make the world interesting. Without needing to know the entirety of the player's handbook. We'll be doing a lot of custom stuff. We'll be showing people. I can actually do some videos on how I make custom stuff and how I playtest it as well, if people are interested in that. We are playtesting some stuff at the moment, which is very complicated. Yeah, exactly. Reference points to let the creativity flow. But this, I think, can be a lot. This area is a lot of freedom and creativity, I think, in of itself. Just the idea of it is a very good, open idea. Which honestly is what we want. We want ideas that people can grab onto and run with. They don't need us to be there to tell them how to do it. That's ultimately what this world is about, and for everyone joining on it, I think they know that. I am writing some one-shots at the moment as well for people to run in the Scarus Peaks. One of which is a Teppywig one-shot, so grab some of your friends and play that one. Once it's out, I will let people know. So, are there any settlements down here, or is this purely like a wild area? Remember, guys, there are no bad ideas. And please don't anyone try and prove me wrong on that. Looking at you, Nath. I'm gonna get this all down on paper so I can actually type this up later. Jesus. Historical stencil from the past and not necessarily a location with major activity. I think the idea that this area is they kind of kept wild and natural, where the rest of the world is obviously becoming so built up and changed over the like thousands of years it's been since the divide. I do like the idea that this area is like wild and free from all of that and free from the destruction of the humanoid races. Oh boy, we're gonna have to make a bestiary for this area too, aren't we? Actually, it's gonna be fun. I had a lot of fun with the last bestiary. I'm still making the creatures in it though, so please give me time on that, because that shit is hard. Meant to like radiate the funneled nature, it had to go somewhere. Yeah, so it's like exaggerated nature. like overgrown but in a beautiful way, not in like a destructive way. Hence Garden of Eden type vibe. I like that. Like a well of youth. Just druids and nature. Do we want some kind of like fountain of youth prophecy type thing here? Like a reason that people might try and intrude on this land? And a reason that maybe the druids try and protect it? Sure, I could find a good like fountain type thing somewhere. Maybe a point that the magic was pulled to help it survive, which inadvertently became like a point of youth and a legendary thing for people to try and find. Yeah, like a spout, that's what I mean, like just a small point in the water. Or even like crystals and shit. Maybe they planted crystals to heal the land as some kind of funneling point for the magic. Something people desperately want, that they want to stay young. Much like the land has. That sounds cool. Yeah, I could go with that. Let's take a look at these, because I can just dot these around. Maybe like people try and break these crystals, maybe? Like, maybe that's why the druids continue to try and protect the land. They want pieces of the crystal because it's rumored that maybe to have some of the crystal in your hand, it will heal you and keep you young. You had it on your person. Crystals basically gives a connection between nature and life, which in turn adds a healing element to the druidic class. Yes. Maybe this is a part of the druids' nature, is like, the druids of this region, if you're a wild heart druid, oh god, I'm making subclasses already in my head. If you're a wild heart druid, you have access to these crystals, you keep a crystal on you as your focus, and that gives you your power, and allows you to heal. I'm literally making shit that I don't need to make, that I'm making. But that's fine, I'm making my life harder, I like doing that. So only the druids are allowed parts of these crystals, but other people try and come in and take them. Yeah. Like, they help heal the earth. Is nature then an entity? Is there an entity that is an embodiment of nature that helped them do this? Almost like a god. Maybe they are a god, but maybe they don't see themselves in the same way. Like, the planet itself is a god. I actually kind of like that. You could really fuck with players with that too. A slumbering god? Oh no, we're going into like... Oh, let's not go into Lovecraft shit. This is a good slumbering god, right? So I'm guessing the Druids act to keep it asleep. This is very Cthulhu-esque. Oh, so wait, no, the Divide, they were trying to send it to sleep? Or were they trying to, like, push it down? Were they just trying to teach Colabria the world itself? Were they trying to, like, demean it in some way? To scar the world? They tried to tame nature, that's what I mean. They tried to push it down, to subdue it. But now the Druids try and keep it asleep because they don't want it to wake and see the scars that the gods have left on it. Not until they've healed it. Okay, god, this does add so many layers. You like that? Okay. So they want to wake the world, they want to wake this slumbering god only once they've covered the scars and woken it in peace. So the Druids are like very anti-divine then? Like super anti-divine? Oh god, that adds so many layers to interworld struggles and how they communicate. So do the Jackarak kind of also worship the world, but do they call it a different name? Because we said that they're very focused on nature, and that nature itself is like their bond. Do they worship the same thing with their shamans unknowingly as the Wild Heart Druids? So now you have like these weird connection points in the world. I love that. So if a druid finds themselves, say a player was playing a Wild Heart Concord druid, or a Wild Heart druid, I think is the easiest way to call them, and they found their way in the primal forests only to find similar practices and similar rituals being carried out by the Jackarak shamans as by their own people. That like adds so many layers. This world is such an onion, I love it. Okay. So what do the druids call the world? Do they call it what we call it, or do they have a name for it? What do they call the slumbering god, which I'm guessing we're going to put as one of its sub-names anyway. And then similarly, what do the Jackarak call it? Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen concepts where the Druidic people hate the Divine. Divine obviously hate Infernal and all that shit. But I've never seen that conflict. Well, I have seen it, but not like in this way. So I don't know if we're gonna keep the name Colabria, is my main thing. Save this again before I fake out. Ooh, I like that effect. Yep. Yeah, I like that it has two different names and that they are unwittingly connected via their worship of this god. I like it. So do all the druids live here then? Maybe they venture into these lands and they live, but they don't live here. Like, they don't have permanent settlements here. And they don't damage the wilderness in any way. Okay, I think what we should talk about next is what was the Concord? Like, what were the rules and specifications around the Concord? So we know that they banded together under this Concord to save what they could of a land that was being destroyed, under the pretenses of protecting the world from war and ending war, when the gods really wanted to scar and tame nature. It's just fucked up. There is no good or bad in this world. Even the gods themselves, who pretend to be good and act good, aren't good. Good and evil are concepts, and we are really proving that with what we're building. And that it resides in all of us, gods and humans and everyone else in between alike. I think it has to have a vow to protect the land, right? But maybe in terms of people leaving the area, I think it could be kind of a vow to heal what they can. Probably something to do with hating the divine. You gotta have prejudices in there somewhere, and this is definitely a reason to be prejudiced. Okay, so you're saying that before the Concord, they were different factions, yeah? No, I'm not American. So we'll say that when the Great Divide started, they knew they had to act and came together. So in doing so, did they abandon their old homes? They're not factions, they just had different, like, I know what you mean, the witch schools, yeah. So they all just lived in different areas and specialized in different things, but under the same banner. So when the Great Divide started, they acted by assembling in the Azra Temple, the Temple of Healing, to protect what they could, thus abandoning many of their temples. So are there now temple ruins, or, like, abandoned druidic homes in the world? Ooh, we could add those in, that would be fun. Okay, hold on. So they all came together to try and save the Terror, and a lot of people died trying to stop the Divine. I mean, remember, we said the Great Divide tore down whole cities and destroyed civilizations. You know, it was a big event. There's going to be ruins out there, there's going to be people out there who survived and are now driven mad. You know, there's a lot of shit that we're going to do in the Great Divide. Not my mic, do apologize. So maybe they also try to save people and get them out. So not all of their number are druids up there. Some of them are just fighters. Some of them are people they saved who stayed to help them. Because that adds some level of diversity and like a reflection of people knowing what it was that was done. So this is going to be kind of like a mega city. This temple has now become huge. Like literally a mega city. A very powerful mega city. Other temples could also be named after what they deemed to symbolize in the world. Azra had the heart, which makes sense for healing. It could be the mind of the wilderness filled with scholars, the fury of the wilderness filled with combatants, the eyes of the wilderness filled with seers and scouts. Yeah, definitely. But like all across the world. Okay, so what are these other druids called? So these are Azra druids, yeah? So we're saying... Literally just... Okay, basically we're thinking of making our own role system as well, by the way, so that's a whole thing. But we're building a whole thing. So we're saying that we have types of druids. So we have the Azra, who are healers. What are the other temples then? So we know that we want to have one that are scholars. One that are combatants. Combative, we'll call them. And one that are seers / scouts. I think instead of saying brain, we'll say heart, mind, fury, and eyes. Because then each temple would have been located in different areas. And maybe these are the different schools that the Druids follow. So although the main temples still survive, most of the lesser temples that were around the world were abandoned in order to bond together for this cause, and many of them were abandoned because no one was alive to go back to them. Which is brutal. I like that, yeah. Adding so much shit to my personal frickin' dictionary. So I'm guessing the Wildhook Concord now was made as leaders of each of these groups coming together under under their vows that bound them originally to fight here on the front line of the Divide, and now to keep what's left of it safe from everyone who now thinks that there are healing properties in them and wants a piece of that. Yeah, survivors to make do with what's left, yeah. So we'll say that each of these temples do still exist. Perhaps these guys went back to, their leaders went back at the end of this, but they left many still here in the heart to protect it. But they still have their, albeit much less populated, temples. But the ruins of temples that were not the main temples are now scattered across the world. This is all kind of depressing again. We're very good at making things depressing. Subclasses with additives to certain stats appropriate to their spec. Yeah, so these will act as subclasses. So Druid will be the main class. I'm basically going to custom all of this. It's going to be fun. It's homebrew. So that's going to be great. So we'll probably have different spell lists for each of the areas. Which is going to be fun. I'm going to make a bunch of homebrew spells too. Temples can be a hub for druidism, but there can be druids all around the world where it makes sense. Yeah, like they probably all came from one of the temples, one of the main temples. That doesn't mean they have to stay there. I mean, plenty will go out into the world and travel. Many will go out on expeditions and attempts to heal the world, and part of that might involve being in parties and going around the world like that. There's plenty of reasons why these groups would be everywhere. And there's plenty of reasons why they can be an active part of the world, not passive. Yeah, they want people to know what the Divines did. Not just what they're telling, what the Divines have told everyone, which is, oh, we were stopping the bloodshed, we were stopping a war. Which, yes, it did do. But it was more than that. They scarred the world. They scarred a slumbering god, which is a lot, and tried to tame nature. 2 birds, 1 stone type situation, you know. Yeah, it would create massive wars. But only the Druids know the truth. And those they saved, who are now members of their communities. Oh man, that's such a big plot point. Oh man, that'd make a great one-shot too. Oh boy. There's so many one-shots I'm gonna be writing about this world. I mean, just imagine having a druid in your party and how much that would change how you saw the world. And maybe how much that would change if you had a divine, say a cleric type character. Yeah, just that one dude will create so many party conflicts. It's going to be an interesting thing to balance. But it's going to create a lot of roleplay opportunities as well. So are there any special animals or beasts or plants that are native to this area that you can't find anywhere else? Oh man, Dawn Elven Priest chatting to a Wild Heart Druid? Hell no. That would not go well. Can you imagine? Oh fuck no. Or even a Dusk Elven Priest. Given that the Dusk Elves are all about what happens will come to pass, there's safety in the end, it's comfort. Yeah, it does sound like start to a bad joke. And then the Dawn Elves are all about the sun and the rising sun and how tomorrow will make it in the hope of the morning. I think of all of the religions, though, of all of the worshippers of the gods, the Dawn Elves and the Wild Heart Druids. Dawn Elves and the Druids will probably be the least combative, only because the Dawn Elves put such emphasis and importance on, like, the sun, which isn't of itself a natural thing. But the Dusk Elven belief in the Dusk Father in Athri would be detrimental, because they're all about what comes to pass. The end is comfort, the end is fine. Which would not go down well with Wild Heart Druids. It's like comfort in darkness, safety in darkness. That the end is peace. That there's nothing to be scared of. That's kind of the Dusk Elven prophecy. And it's not a pessimistic or a negative or an inherently evil anything. It's just a very flowy, accepting, and calm way of seeing the world. You know, not being afraid of the dark because the dark is where the safety lies. It's my blanket, you know? But that would definitely clash with this Druidic concept, where they're trying everything they can to reverse what happened, you know? That's definitely not going to go down well in parties, but it's going to be a really interesting party conflict for anyone who does make a campaign in this world. I know I'll be running and making a campaign in this world once I obviously build more of it. Hey Tanks, welcome. Hope you're doing good, bud. Yeah, okay, I'm really loving this now. And building this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm gonna literally have to make druids from scratch. Sea of Thieves was good, thanks, Tanks. We got a lot of money. Oh my god, we definitely have to have a pirate. I mean, we have a pirate nation, but like a more piratey pirate nation. Anyway, that's a future reference thing. I'm thinking Isles of Tarn for that. But anyway. So for the druids, are there any? So let's think. Right, effect. This is something I know you like. Let's think bestiary. What kind of special shit we gonna be throwing in here today? Because they can't not be really cool shit in this area. As well as bestiaries, let's think also plants. What specialized plants would be found in this region? That you could only get here. We'll put plants / resources. Let's go with cute shit first. Okay, we'll do cute shit first. Resources, though, I'm gonna put the crystals down, which need a name. So we're gonna call them, given that we're gonna call them art crystals. See, I can't even remember the names of half the shit. There's so much shit that we're putting in here, which is a lot. Okay, cute shit animals. Fuck me. So we'll obviously have all your default animals, you know, panthers, bears, like, fuck knows. We'll have everything. We'll have all the basic beasts, birds, etc. I'm better with plants than beasts, I'm not gonna lie. Loannis. Oh, that's a cute name. Okay, that's really cute. Okay, hold on. Apologies. Stone Eyes, I love that. No, I love that, it's brilliant. When you're working on some of these, I'm gonna be jotting down some ideas for some plants, so don't mind me. But yeah, no, keep it coming, that's amazing, I love it. And send Orcish plates. Yeah, we'll do Orcish plates later down the line. That's Curseless later, so. I'm gonna obviously mess around with a bunch of the shit that I'm typing right now. This is just basic ideas that I'm then gonna go into playtest and mess about with as I see fit. Maybe 3 actually, 5 seems like a lot. Okay, so we'll do this, and then we'll do that, and then... That seems balanced. Okay, I don't know if you guys think that sounds balanced. I'm just gonna read that out. So the heart crystals that we were talking about, I'm gonna do them as having an innate healing ability created and channeled by the Druids of the Azra Tempo. High demand, but only come from this area, fiercely guarded by nature of the Druids themselves. So if you hold it in some form, so that can be as part of jewelry or as just on your person, you can heal for 1d10 each charge. It holds 3 charges and regains 1 charge each morning. If depleted to 0 charges, it needs to return to an original heart crystal in the area to regain its ability. I think that's probably balanced. Maybe not. We'll see. Well, I'll probably work on it a little bit. Ooh, effect. Another creature. Leto cats. House cats with prolonged snake-like bodies using their agility and stalker nature to hunt. Ooh, I love that. Okay. I like that. Yep. I'm going to also be making a full custom potions list. That's a thing. So I'm coming up with plant ideas that can go as ingredients into those kinds of things. That don't have any innate properties if you touch them, etc., but can be used to make important shit. Hold on, wait, Zibs. Eyeless rabbits using nature magic to see. They hop around the environment. Circular toothy mouths like a sarlacc and long tongues which are used for hunting. Whoa, waiting for anything that moves to enter the mouth and nom dead. Stationary hunters, I believe that means. Okay. Those sound really fun. Slightly dangerous, okay. Also, I love the name Zibs. So are they pretty good at camouflaging themselves as well, I would assume. Perfect. I can't spell. Okay, I think we've got a lot done today. I now have a lot to write. So, Effect, do you have any ideas left before we call tonight close? Because it's been a long day. I know it's only been an hour and a half this stream, but I think we've done a hell of a lot. And we pretty much just finished another little area. It's kind of like Tappy Wigs. We spent a whole episode on those. We've got a lot more to do in terms of figuring out what the Druids are, etc. And deciding where their other temples are. Where the main ones are. Which is going to be a lot of fun as well. Oh, I do apologise for going quiet. Just twinged my back. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I do think all of this is really fun though. Farhounds, large herbivores. Ooh. Okay. Okay. That's cute. Why are we doing such cute things, Effect? I love it. We'll have some vicious ones next time as well. We did have a really depressing start. Okay, Effect, any other ideas left before we call this stream a close? I'll probably chat to you a bit after this about some of the stuff we need to do, me and you, as well. Given the projects. But yeah, I got a lot to do now. A hell of a lot to do. Next week, I won't be streaming, I'm afraid. I'm actually not in the country, so I can't stream. I will be having a good time, though, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm not going to be here, so we'll be back on track again the week after. Just so people are aware. Because I can't be here all the time. I'm sorry we did have some breaks. I'm still ill at the moment. I know I missed the last 2 streams. One because of a Twitch issue, which wasn't my fault. One because I was ill. I'm not ill now. Well, I am ill now, but I'm good enough to stream, so that's good. I will be, yeah, I'm gonna be with my girlfriend, so it'll be, you know, great. Anyway, yeah, that reason though, unfortunately stream won't be running. Yeah, next time. Which is sad, but, you know, that's all you got effect. But it's great. We do need to chat effect anyway about some of the other stuff that we're going into. I'm probably going to create a bunch more plants as well as custom potion lists soon. Those will be going up. A whole bunch of shit. This has actually been a very fucking productive one. Fuck me. This has been a really interesting place to build. The website's gonna have a hell of a lot added onto it soon. So if you guys haven't been over to our website before, let's just give you a look how it looks. You probably should know by now though. This is the website. Please feel free to head on over and check it out. We have a whole bunch of shit that's already been put on here and way more stuff to come. We've also got a bunch of stuff that's been up to do with the gods themselves, how they act, as well as just like basic shit on some of the people, the laws and traditions of the land, and a bunch of other things which I haven't actually put in yet. But I do have some stuff in locations. We've slowly been building the civilizations that we have here, the Camarian conglomerate being one of them, as well as some of the smaller areas like the Valley of the Unseen where the Tepewigs reside. So do check that out if you are interested. You can also find a linked page here to the episodes which are going up on YouTube if you do need to catch up on anything from the past, as well as a map that is going to be fully updated once everything goes on. So, and if we're not streaming but you do want to put an idea in, you can also do that here. It goes straight through to us and I can access it, as well as your names then appearing here if you have indeed contributed at all to the project. I think that's everything I had to say. God, that was very admin-y. Anyway, long story short, thanks guys, and I'm going to end today. But yeah, effect, we'll chat afterwards. And I hope everyone has a good couple of weeks. And I'll be back around this time, 2 weeks, this day, this time, 2 weeks from now, with the next episode of Colabria.